Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5. 3, sir. 3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna tune it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing.
Jonathan Chapman has a dream.
Does he really?
He did. He has aspirations. Goals, as it were.
I have a dream.
Not quite the same thing.
Oh.
No, not quite the same thing. You get in trouble for that kind of
Will I
that
really?
kind of talk. Yeah, oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, do you want to go to the anti-racism rally and get kicked out for being white?
Yes, of course. We already talked about that.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That kind of talk you're doing right there, that'll get you kicked out.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Anyway, whole other story.
That's a whole nother.
Not another. 45 had dreams, had goals, as it were. He wished to be something more than he was.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He was in the library.
Oh, that's where everybody goes.
Yeah. Because he was reading and, trying to better himself, as it were.
Right.
But then he started kind of making a ruckus, becoming a little bit belligerent.
A ruckus, you say?
I did say a ruckus because it's the library and they're fancy. They use the good words.
Ruckus. Library.
Yep.
I see it.
I do too.
I can see it.
He was causing a disturbance, getting a little belligerent.
A little belligerent.
Angry. Shouting, obscenities, things of that nature. So the police had to be called.
What?
Yeah, the police were called.
What were they called?
Well, the police.
Oh, okay.
Or officer so and so.
That's not really being called.
The details aren't listed here. I just know.
It's not like you're really being called. Then
I'm sure they're called other things behind their back, but
sure, right? Yeah,
officer or whatever is pretty much what they call.
Yeah, sure.
So the police were called, and they showed up to deal with Jonathan Chapman and his situation.
Does he have a big situation?
He does have I don't know. I've heard stories. There's things in the grapevine.
I mean, is he the situation?
Allegedly.
I don't know. Not to say. It's not written here. However, when the police asked him for his name,
yes,
he identified himself as Jason Bourne.
Wait. You mean like
the
Bourne Identities?
Yes, the fictional
Jason Bourne.
Yes, the fictional character played by Matt Damon. Prominently. Matt Damon.
Hey, what's your name? Matt Damon.
I wonder if you said it that way.
Because he's drunk.
Because he's drunk. He was a little bit under the alcohols.
Under?
Yeah, way under. Way under. Yeah, a lot under.
A lot under.
A lot under. He was arrested.
Really, you don't say.
And taken into custody on a misdemeanor charge of resisting an officer without violence. And, of course, he would be without violence because he is Jason Bourne.
Damon.
Well, no, not Matt Damon.
Oh.
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne, sorry. It's different.
It is different.
But it's not.
It's the same damn thing.
Same thing.
Like, I every kid's always wanted to be a superhero.
Yeah, well, Jason Bourne's not a superhero. He's a spy who doesn't know his name.
You watch your damn mouth.
He's a spy who doesn't know his name.
It sounds like a country song.
He's a man with no name.
He is a man with no name. Yeah, he's looking for that old horse that doesn't have a name either.
Was he through the desert?
He was through the desert. Ironically, yes. They were traveling through the desert.
On a horse with no name.
On a horse with no name.
That's amazing.
I know. Then he got separated and amnesia happened.
Oh,
and
it's
set in.
terrible.
I know. The poor horse.
That happens when you have nobody to call your name.
I know. Look, and then the horse turned into, had to turn to a life of crime,
Yes.
prostitution. It was horrible.
It was hay everywhere.
It was. So tragic. This is what happened.
Sowing his oats, his wild oats, all over the place.
Ew. Happy Friday, everybody. Defenders Live, mojo50.com. Follow us on all of the social medias, probably the Facebooks, Twitters, the MeWe's.
Yep.
Pretty much where we hang out the most at DOAE Show.
Yes.
You can find us anywhere, though. We have the YouTubes. We have, like I said, Facebooks. We're on Periscope.
We are.
What else? I'm missing something. Oh, iHeartRadio. Duh.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're trying to find us on the Facebook page for Mojo 50 Radio, apparently Mojo 50 Radio is having a problem right now, and it's saying something went wrong with their feed. So you can find us on our side, which is Defenders Live, over on the Facebook page. So if you go to DOAE Show on Facebook and pretty much all social media, that's at DOAE Show. You can find Defenders Live there. We are live. Videos up. Everything's
Yay.
going. Yay.
Hashtag arm yourselves.
Yes.
So we know where to find you and whatnot. The lines are open. It is Friday, which is
Oh, that's
Free
right. It's
Speech
Friday.
Friday.
Oh, my
Yes.
goodness. Free Speech Friday.
Yes.
Oh.
Guess what that means? You get to call in.
Oh, no.
You get to tell us and talk to us about whatever
And wherever
and whomever.
you want.
Whatever. Well, within reason. We do
Whatever. Wherever. We're meant to be together. I'll be there and you'll be here. And
That's the deal, my dear. Gosh, I can't help it. I just saw Matt Dan on the pop up on MeWe.
I love
and
you
it
guys
threw
so
me
much.
off.
I love you guys so much.
Sorry, that I totally derailed that for
Oh,
a
it's
moment.
so good.
But
Oh,
it is Friday. 919-367-3171 is the number to call.
Speaking of, 216 area code. How's it going?
Hey, it's Roz.
Hey, Roz.
Hi, Roz.
Hi.
How are
Hey,
you?
I had the funniest thing happen this morning
Oh, no. What
on
happened?
Watson's show, and I
Uh-huh.
want to let you guys know about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Something pretty well tragic happened in my family.
Okay.
And I asked for prayer, and I put up a link.
Okay.
And I got a notice that said that it was against community whatever,
Guidelines.
and Facebook took it down.
Huh.
Wait, so something bad happened in your family, and you were asking for people to, like, hey, take a look at this, talk, stuff
And
like that.
pray about,
And pray about it. Yeah.
We could use a few prayers.
Now, did you ask for prayer
Yes.
in the post?
Yes.
That's where you got wrong.
Yeah, you can't ask for that.
You can't ask for prayer on Facebook.
How dare you ask for prayer?
I guess not.
Okay, so it's a funny thing that you talk
well,
about stuff like
before.
that. So let me ask you this: have you gone to Freedom Hard yet?
I started it, and it didn't. I was having trouble with getting it started,
Okay.
but I
okay.
plan on it.
Now, shh, because
Did you just shush Roz?
just no, this is for everybody. Shh, real quick.
Oh.
Don't tell anybody.
Oh,
Don't tell anybody.
this is just between us.
Just between us. There's possibly going to be a conversation between the Freedom Hard guys and our folks here shortly, say tomorrow, maybe possibly in the evening, afternoon time.
A little inside baseball. I
So,
guess. Are you
if you're saying that you're having an issue, what happened? What happened there?
Well, she just said it. She posted it, and he took it down. 'cause
No,
it was
I'm
against-
talking about at Freedom Hard.
Oh.
What happened there?
Oh, it was a couple days ago. So,
Oh,
I mean, after all, Children's Services does say it's denial. I'm not kidding. That's why I don't have custody of my grandkids. I'm senile.
Wow.
Wow.
I've been diagnosed by somebody with a bachelor's degree and no license.
Good.
Anyhow,
Good.
that
Oh, yeah.
sounds great.
don't worry, guys. If there's one thing I am, you all have only seen the nice side Amity Rock.
I
That
want to
is my
keep it that
grandmother.
way.
We do want to keep it that way.
I don't want any.
Don't want to know
Yeah,
about the rest
you
of it.
do, because it is, involving state agencies and licensing boards and children's services and attorneys and all that is not fun. I have 22 years
Mm.
experience of fighting these people,
Ugh.
and they just got to quit lying to me
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
and
be
the
the day.
mom
That'll be the day.
and the kids.
Yeah.
When my grandkids are put 2 hours away. Oh, and by the way, this is a whistleblower thing.
Oh no.
A year and a half ago, I called out, I took to our county board a report from the state that stated that our children's services had failed their review to keep kids safe. Okay?
Okay.
And the news media was there.
Mm-hmm.
When my grandkids were in an unsafe situation, they were left with the following in the house for 5 months.
Right.
This is their paperwork to the court. There was heroin, cocaine, fentanyl, and marijuana in the house.
Wow.
5 months they left my grandkids in that house.
That's not cool.
When they said I couldn't have the grandkids, they called a radiator in my living room a fire hazard.
Wait, a radiator in your living room is normal.
Apparently,
It was a
you're,
fire hazard.
you're not
First they
supposed to
called
stay
it a
warm.
furnace.
It's not a furnace. It's nothing remotely close to a furnace.
Okay. Right. And then there was all kinds of things. My house was sweltering hot, and I didn't have on the air conditioner.
So?
The caseworker came to talk to the kid's mom. They were taken from my son, by the way. My son had all those in his house. But his ex-wife the caseworker needed to talk to his ex-wife. And it was easier for everybody to meet at my house, my
Okay.
apartment. So Noelle got here first,
Mm-hmm.
unlocked the door. By the way, that means, because she has the key, that means she lives with me.
Okay.
And according to them. And Stephen got here, the caseworker, and then I pulled in after.
And by the way, that's not me.
Yeah, wrong Steve.
No, not you.
Not me.
No, he's a PH. What does that tell you?
Oh, that tells
Oh.
me a lot, actually.
Stephen.
He's
So
Stefan.
anyhow,
He's Stefan.
I guess I was supposed
Wolf.
to have the air conditioner on the whole time I was gone.
Right. No, yeah, you have to, right?
Right. Now, I live in a small apartment, and it would be tight until I got a bigger place for the 4 of us. But,
It can work. You can make it work.
Yeah. Is it tight like a tiger?
no, it's a 1-bedroom, okay?
Ooh.
So
My
it's
grandson would be sleeping close to that fire hazard thing.
Oh,
And
no.
Sure. Well, you mean the one thing that actually radiates warmth at night so that he won't get cold?
You mean it was July, it wasn't even on?
Ah, lovely.
Yes. Yes. Yay.
Gotta love
So,
CPS.
yes, and I didn't have proper child care lined up for him.
Well, you know what? I think...
He's 15.
Well,
Wait,
you know, the
who is-
15-year-olds are.
Who else is it that we?
Rascals.
Who else
Oh.
is it that we know that does CPS work?
I'm drawing a blank.
Is that Virginia? Is Virginia Jackal?
No.
Does she do CPS work?
No, she works for Harris Teeter.
I don't work for CPS, I work against them.
Yeah, you've been fighting them for years, right?
Yeah, 22 years. I've been helping families get the kids back.
I
I
swear
know
it's
more
not
of the
just you.
laws than most caseworkers.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I swear it's not just you that we know that has called into our show. That's gone through this or
Yeah,
gone
it's-
through something close to this.
Oh, but
Somebody.
here's the thing, though. What I put up, and you guys are going to love this, what I put up was the article from Wednesday in the Toledo Blade. Toledo is about 2 hours from Cleveland.
Right.
That's where they put the grandkids. They said that's the only place they could keep all 3 of them together.
Uh-huh. Well, okay, that's sure.
But the foster caregiver's 20-year-old son
Mm-hmm.
was shot and killed in their front yard.
Oh, well.
Well then, I'd
There's a
say that's
place
a
to-
bad idea.
It's a place you want to move your kids to for sure.
Sure, yeah.
Why don't I move there? I don't-
Even my 15-year-old grandson knew her son was selling marijuana.
Well, you got to make a living.
So who knows
nowadays.
if he's selling something else?
You gotta find a way to make a living somehow
Well,
at
and
16.
And you obviously need to diversify. You got to be selling all
At
kinds of stuff.
20.
You can't just narrow it down to just marijuana. You got to be able to do everything because
Right.
anybody can just sell one thing. But if you make yourself available, you broaden your spectrum, as it were. Build
Oh,
a
yeah.
bigger
And if you're in a
portfolio.
gang, you have lots of people to sell to.
Exactly.
True enough. See, and
got
and,
it.
and,
And
and you have more
all over-
referrals.
Right?
More referrals.
Repeat
Well,
business.
you would think
Word of
a
mouth.
foster care agency whose name was the 12
Oh, well.
would be a little more careful about where they put kids.
Yeah. Just a little bit more careful.
You would, but
Yeah, but that's not the case, is it?
I love it.
No.
Looks good on paper.
Matter
though,
of fact,
doesn't
they lied to my ear today. They said my grandchildren were no longer there, that they were in what's called respite care until the foster caregiver could get arrangements made for her son. First, they lied to Children's Services here in my county and told them that it wasn't in the front yard.
So, Roz, what I'm trying to get at when I ask this question is exactly what it sounds like. Is this what you
Okay.
were asking people to pray about?
Yes.
Okay. I can tell you exactly why Facebook cut that out. I mean, and I don't even have to. You know exactly why.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Attack Yuki. Attack Yuki used to work for CPS.
Yes. Huzzah.
Maybe you can get her.
Who?
Attack Yuki.
Yeah.
Over on the Twitters.
On Twitters. Y'all need to.
You need to hook
Oh,
up with
she's
some
on the
Attack-
Twitters. That's why I don't know her.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
on the Twitters.
Yeah.
She's a jackhole from the Twitters.
Yuki,
we need
find Roz.
Yuki, find Roz somehow.
On Facebook.
MeWe's or the Facebooks or
somewhere.
something.
Y'all link up.
Facebook. I don't even. Okay.
Facebooks.
I'm old.
Facebooks.
Let's face it, guys. I'm old. Twitter and MeWe move too fast for me. I can't keep up with them.
I don't either,
We
but
can't
I-
either. We just kind of pick out and pick and choose.
I just
Yeah, so
Throw it
I
up there
stick to Facebook, and I'm hoping they're saying that this Freedom Heart is very close to Facebook.
That's what we're being told.
that's
Yes,
what we've been told too. I mean, I'm gonna set my stuff up tonight actually.
that'd be a good idea.
So
Yeah, so you can find me, Roz McAllister, on Facebook.
That's Attack Yuki. That's Roz McAllister on Facebook. Go
Yeah.
find her. She might need your
That's
help.
MCA, not two C's.
Not two C's. So it's not Mick
Not two
Callister. It's McAllister.
Not McAllister, it's McAllister.
Ah, you see, there's a big
Yeah.
difference there.
Yes.
it's like arm yourselves, not arm yourselves.
Selves or arm yours elves.
I'm your elf.
Arm your elf.
Arm yours
Christmas is right
And
around
your
the corner.
garden gnome, too.
That's right.
Those guys are vicious.
Well, Roz, is there anything else you wanted to point out to us or let us know about?
No, that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you for
Just
ranting.
remember, the kids have been kept so safe.
Yes.
For
So
those
safe.
who don't know, too, I do carry a reverend in front of my name. God has protected them so far, thank
Right.
God. And it's just the government putting them in this kind of danger
Yep.
is... I'm actually looking for a way to charge criminally the caseworkers who left the kids in their father's home
I gotcha.
for child
They
endangering.
should be.
Yep, they should definitely be charged.
Okay. Yuki says she'll find you when she gets home. Apparently
She's not at home.
she's off
Okay.
hobknocking somewhere. So
She's hobnogging.
yeah.
Whatever she's
Word
doing.
of the day.
There you go. Woo! It's good times. Roz,
We love
All
you
right, guys,
we
thanks
love you.
a lot.
We will keep your kids
And we'll pray for
in
you.
our prayers.
for sure.
Thank you.
Yes,
Have fun. Have a good weekend. We love you.
and hopefully enjoy the rest of the show.
Love you. Oh, of course I will.
There
And
you
happy
go.
retirement to me.
Yay! Happy retirement to
Yay.
you. All right. See ya.
Bye.
right. Bye.
Yay.
Yay.
919-367-3171 if you would like to call in.
And maybe you have some sort of tirade you need to get off your chest.
Yes, good. Or something you want to put on something's chest. I don't know.
I don't
we'll
know.
talk about whatever.
Well,
we
if you
got
want to put stuff on it, maybe you should try some CBD oils. What?
I don't. Oh, wait a minute. It still might work.
It is. Wait. we'll get to there in a second. Go check them out, though. It's over at mojo50.com/shop. CBD oils by KBMD. These things are amazing. If you have, I don't know, joint pain, maybe is one of the problems that you have. Do you have the trimmers, the shakes? Maybe you have...
How about the quakes?
Yeah, that's part of it, too.
Okay.
Yeah, trimmers, shakes, quakes, all those things. Maybe you're just depressed or you have brain fog. CBDs can help.
They can.
It's not going to make everything go away. It's not a magic bullet, but it is something that can help alleviate some of the pain, some of the stress, some of the problems that you have going on there. Go check them out today. Go to mojo50.com/shop. Use the promo code Defenders, and you can get $15 off the price. That's mojo50.com/shop. Defenders is your promo code. 406 area code.
Evening, gentlemen.
How's it
You may
going?
call me
Gentlemen.
Shadow Fox. My good friend Tech Crew suggested I call y'all tonight.
You should
Hello,
call us.
you
How's
should.
it going, Shadow Fox?
Hey, it's good. I was down at the Trump rally here in Minneapolis last night.
I heard about the Trump
I
rally in
heard
Minneapolis.
it was a blasty blast.
It was something else. I mean, the place was packed.
Yes.
I mean, it was a party atmosphere in there. Although Animal Control was having a little fun outside there.
Well, considering who comes to those rallies,
It makes perfect sense actually.
and people who actually try to go against those rallies.
Oh, yeah.
So stupid.
A lot of people, they think of Minneapolis and Minnesota, they're thinking of the movie Fargo, they're thinking of some snow in the winter and all that.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
This place is East Berkeley. We have the same
No.
freaks per square inch around this place.
What?
It's West Hollywood.
No.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
In
Hey,
Minneapolis?
we're the Mondale state. This is the only one out of 50 that got it wrong with Reagan, after all.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the cold. Y'all are so.
It's-
damn close
It
to-
screws people's heads, man.
It's either that.
It
or
has to be.
It's either that or y'all are just way too close to them Canadians.
That could be.
And DJs.
I mean,
But,
the DJs from up north, from North Country.
those
I
down
wasn't even
DJs.
going to try to go downtown and, get my vehicle keyed or have some freak in the parking lot trying to resist, hashtag.
Hashtag resist.
So,
Oh, did you see the new way
I took
they were going to
train into
resist?
town instead, our multi-billion-dollar sinkhole that I've never used in the entire time I've lived here.
Oh, that's
Good.
wonderful. Yes.
But I used it last night,
There you go.
and there was plenty of. As soon as I got off that train, I'm smack in the middle of the Party for Socialism and Liberation,
Yay.
So
They're marching down the street, and hey, I'll give you 3 guesses what kind of a chant they were doing, and the first 2 don't count.
oh.
yeah.
Impeach
Hey,
45.
hey, ho, ho.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go.
Oh, no, today's flavor was white supremacy, but, 70 years in of communist agitation, these people have yet to come up with a new slogan.
Other than hey, hey, ho, ho.
Yeah, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Communists, they don't make anything. They just steal and destroy, so I guess they haven't found something good enough to rob from somebody else in all that time.
Well,
Well-
that and they have no rhythm.
Well, and look, and think of it like this: it's time tested. It is tried and true. I mean, why mess with a good thing?
Right. When you
If it ain't broke,
takes a
don't
minimum
fix
of
it.
training to get the minions to say.
Remember, these are people that can't clap in sync with each other.
I was gonna say they
Like they can't even do this number at the same time.
they can't
all
walk
right?
and chew gum, or they can't, pat their head, rub their stomach at the same time.
None of those things can happen.
So they have to keep it as simple as humanly possible.
And they don't even have to be in sequence when they say hey, hey, ho, ho, whatever has got to go, because it's just the rhyme, how it's going to go. It always goes the exact same way.
So all you're listening for is whatever
Whatever the end is.
protesting. Yeah,
It's
something,
hey, hey,
You're listening
ho,
for
ho.
whatever it is that has to go.
It's either Donald Trump, white supremacy, or
McDonald's
hamburgers. No, Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I was close.
Chick-fil-A has got to go.
It's always
Or
chicken.
Nazis. That's a nice catch-all for, everything they don't like.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah, when they're actually acting more like brown shirts.
Yeah, when you're
But yeah,
acting.
the security line to get into this joint was like 5 to 6 blocks long.
It's like
That makes sense,
it's like-
actually.
it's like the Rolling Stones were in town.
Yeah, we had 20,000 people in the joint, and they claimed another 25,000 outside. I don't know about that. but-
No.
That makes
Hey.
sense. It kind of does make sense, though. But hey, we're hitting a hard break, so thank you for calling us.
Appreciate it, man. Have a great
was it
weekend.
Shadow
No
Fox?
problem.
Yes.
Talk to y'all later.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
brother.
Guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
We're not going to argue with
Not
having a whole bunch of furries
not
call our
gonna
show.
not do it.
We are a furry safe show. It's not a problem here. Whatever you want to do.
I don't care what anybody is, actually.
Yeah. And actually, when you're behind.
Just don't make a big deal about it. Talk
Look.
about something else. If you actually happen to be, I felt like I need to mention this. If you're transgendered, I don't care.
Call the
up
show.
and
We
talk to
don't
us.
care.
Just here's, like I mentioned yesterday,
Right?
don't shove it in my face.
That's it.
I don't care.
I
It
don't
has
wanna
nothing
know.
to do with your topic. It has nothing to do with our relationship. It doesn't affect me at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to know.
Right.
Just like don't need to know the color underwear I'm wearing. You don't need to know,
Look, I don't.
how my stools are. You don't need to know none of
I
that. It's not
don't.
important.
I don't want to see your clitoral shaft. I don't want to see your tilapia vag. Okay.
If there's an odd smell, though,
If there's an odd smell, I'm
We
going to ask
know.
you to move away.
scoot over.
Just move a little bit to the left.
Here's some
'Cause
summer's
no,
Eve.
you can't because you're already there. Oh, it's such
But
a
no,
bad,
we don't
No, that's a
judge.
bad joke.
We
We don't.
don't judge.
It's not a judgmental thing until you shove it. Try to push it on us. You know.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You try to push it on us. You try to push it on other people. That's when we're gonna get. You know.
That's when everyone gets irritated by it.
That's
and
when we're gonna get
pushes
pushback. All right.
Don't want pushback. Don't push
Look,
first.
if you don't want to get touched, don't touch it. Can't touch this. Boo doo 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 doo. Can't touch this. Doo 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 doo.
All right, we do that all night.
But really, if you're behind a fursuit, who cares? What your politics are.
I don't care what anybody's suit.
Right, but I'm saying if you're behind a fursuit or you like fur and that's your deal, that's
It's
fine.
too itchy.
Yeah. Some
It's
people
too itchy.
like it.
Yeah.
Nothing. Anyway, shh. Come back.
And we're back.
We are back.
Happy Friday.
Yes.
Defenders Live.
Uh-huh.
Mojo50. Go to mojo50.com.
Yes.
Check out all the awesome hosts, the great stuff going on. The weekend is here.
Uh-huh.
That does not mean that the radio stops. There's so many awesome shows that go on the weekends. So
Yes.
many we cannot name because I'm not going to make people mad.
Right. Or we don't have the list in front of us directly.
Yeah, but there's enough of them. I'm telling you, what is it? All 24 hours of
All 24 hours are
the
showing.
weekend.
We
yeah,
have shows.
If shows. There's
Shows.
good stuff. I mean,
Some are repeats, some are set up, but there's a lot of live shows, especially over the
Summer's gone.
weekend.
Summer's gone. It's fall.
Oh. I'm sorry. My fault.
I'm just messing around. But yes,
My
No,
fault.
we've got all kinds of stuff going on the weekends.
Oh, yes.
I'm telling you, you won't be sorry if you're sitting around, you're getting some errands done, you're running around. Throw on Mojo 50,
I mean, like,
iHeartRadio.
look, you got Black Man Thinking, The Mighty Oak Show, American Nuck Radio is a replay there because he's on live now during the week. Bells of Liberty does their
HoloNet.
show. HoloNet, The Pat Oney Show, Adrian Slade, Critical Thinking with Andrew Coppins, Cowboy Logic Radio, Standing Ground. All of these are great shows. You also have Off Track with Whiskey
Yes.
Six and his crew.
Those guys are on Sundays.
Those guys are funny.
funny looking.
The Conservative Perspective with James Bostic, Drive Time, Sit Rep. You got all this stuff, and it's awesome. It is amazing. Divine Intervention Radio is pretty good, too.
It is, actually.
And Real Talk. I forget about Real Talk. But Real Talk.
Yep. How dare you forget
I
Real
know.
Talk.
It's terrible. Oh, and Rocky Stucci has another show that they play. It's called Shut Up and Listen.
Shut up and drive.
It's Shut Up and Listen with Rocky Stucci and Jeff Daughtry.
Nice.
Mhm.
Guys, I'm telling you, so much going on.
Jam-packed.
Mojo50.com.
Oh.
You won't be sorry.
You won't be sorry.
You know who is sorry?
And Navarro.
God bless this retarded woman.
And Navarro claims that Venezuela's Maduro is, quote, not a socialist.
Well, then what exactly is he? I'm just saying when your people are starving to death because they have nothing to eat and they're eating literally the pets in the neighborhood. When you just suddenly don't have a rodent problem or a pest problem
Because you've eaten
and
them all.
all of the cats and dogs are no longer there as well, I'm going to go on a limb and pretty much assume it's not the animals doing it. It
Probably
would be
not.
the people.
Oh, don't forget, you can call in 919-367-3171. On Friday, Senator Rand Paul appeared on ABC's The View.
Oh, good, because that wouldn't...
Well, he's doing it in order to promote his new book, The Case Against Socialism.
yes, but again, The View.
Well, while two of the regular hosts were absent, Meghan McCain and Joy Behar, they weren't there.
He thought it was safe
Yeah.
because Behar was gone.
Possibly. Political strategist and commentator Ana Navarro filled in following an initial sparring match against the host and Senator Paul over military intervention and the ongoing crisis in Turkey. The conversation turned to socialism. Navarro says, "Let me ask you this, because I live in Miami, and there's tens of thousands of Venezuelans exiled living there. You talk a lot about Venezuela in your new book, and I got a lot of political ads from the Republican Party. Donald Trump has tweeted this. Many have tweeted this. Quote, if you vote for Democrats, they will turn the United States into Venezuela. End quote. Do you think that's a fair statement to make?
Yes.
Yes. That would have been the answer. And his answer was, well, if you vote for socialists, you might get socialism. And Navarro says, come on, don't do that. Maduro is not a socialist. He's a corrupt, murderous thug who is starving his people. Paul says that's not true.
Well, no, technically that is true.
Well, technically it is true.
The answer is yes.
Yes. The answer is yes, but he's also a socialist.
He's a socialist,
And
and
so-
he's a corrupt, murderous.
So
thug
that was a
who's
false step
starving
on
it.
Paul's part. That's like what?
Yeah. He should have said yes.
Yes.
Just saying.
She said that's not true. Maduro's not a thug and a murderer who's starving his people. He said, let's have a conversation here. Chavez was a socialist, and a socialism was the economic system of Venezuela. And they stole it, she says. It's a kleptocracy? It's not socialism.
What do you think socialism is there, Pumpkin?
A kleptocracy. It's
It's-
where they steal all of your crap.
It's where someone who
in the
has
government.
a great idea
Yeah.
or who has some kind of a benefit or a hand up or a leg up is, most people have seen as a bad thing. But somebody who has benefited above someone else. And then you take from the person with the wealth and with the benefits and you give those to the less fortunate.
Well-
that is stealing.
Sure.
That is a kleptocracy.
Take on me.
Take on me? Mm-hmm. Take me on?
Yes. Take on me.
I'll be gone.
Mm-hmm.
In a day or two.
Nope, not going in there. Anyway, so
I did.
there was a back and forth, obviously.
Just a tad.
A little bit of who's who going on with the Paul and Navarro.
The only thing I'm confused on is
Sure.
the senator is not stupid.
No, but he does put his foot in his mouth quite often.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Is you should know better, especially on The View. There are certain things when someone asks a question, you have to answer the question as they asked it.
What is the capital of Aleppo?
I don't know.
He doesn't either.
I do remember somewhere, but my brain is not it right now.
That
but
was
no,
him.
But yeah, no. But my point was like when she turned around and said, "No, he's a murderer, stealing thug." You're like, you acknowledge that. Yes, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
But and then because if you turn around and deny it in any way like that, you do what happened there, which becomes a giant spool where she becomes a bigger ass than what she is.
Right, and you just
And
fan
who
the
is she
flames of your
again?
own demise.
Hold on, I
Anna
wanted to-
Navarro, she's a commentator.
I was gonna say she's a commentator,
Yeah, she's a commentator, kind of like us.
but hold on,
Uh-huh.
she's a commentator.
Right,
What is Rand Paul again?
Senator.
So who's closer to knowing the actual facts of what's going on in these other
The
countries?
senator.
So what the hell is she doing opening her trap?
Because just like everybody else, we all know that the politicians don't actually know what they're talking about.
Right.
318 area code. How's it going?
Hey, this is James in Louisiana.
James. What's up, buddy?
How's,
Yes, proof of life check. I'm still alive and kicking. Ain't done nothing stupid.
Sweet. Nothing stupid I've done.
We're gonna have to start having a day count for
Well,
this. Day
yeah.
number
I mean,
127.
I've done some stupid stuff, but
Oh,
nothing.
man.
insanely
Nothing to hurt
stupid.
you, right? Nothing to actually do any
No,
damage.
nothing to hurt me or involve law enforcement.
And
so.
nothing can be proven in
You,
a court of law.
you did not say, "Hey, watch this," or "Hold, my beer."
Yeah. Oh man, silence. Okay,
Oh.
well,
Anyway,
at
I'm
least
glad
you live to tell the tale.
Look,
by,
look.
by advice of legal counsel, I choose to
Plead the
exercise
fifth?
my
Did you plead the
right.
fifth just now? Are you pleading the fifth on my show? You have
This Anna that was on The View, that's the eye candy from the Young Turks, right?
Anna Navarro?
I believe so. Yes,
I don't know.
she's the young. I believe you're right. She is
You
the
know-
Young Turks. Yeah, eye candy.
I say eye candy because you have if you ever see like her or Tommy, you have to have the TV on mute so you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
actually hear what they're saying.
If you
so
hear
don't
their
realize
words, it
just how
ruins the
horrible they
entire-
are as
yeah.
a person.
Isn't that most people nowadays
Yes.
in front of the camera? They're fine with it until they open their mouth, and that includes like in movies and stuff too.
Uh-huh.
And you kind of go, oh, wow,
Oh.
But you have to remember is she's defending Venezuela. If she's part of the Young Turks,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that's the same woman. I'm not, if I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will correct me on Twitter. But one of the big things of the Young Turks is the Armenian genocide never happened. That was a political hit piece against Turkey, and it's complete BS.
yeah, complete BS at 300 million. Was it 300 million?
Something like that.
It wasn't that many.
300,000.
No, it never happened. They never
whatever.
committed
That's
the
why-
Armenian genocide. That
that's
was
why I
complete
never-
propaganda to make them look bad.
Yeah, that's why I can't remember
So-
the number because it never happened.
Ah, that one.
That one.
Yes.
She's coming from that angle
Wait,
and
what angle?
defending Venezuela.
Oh, so she's using the angle of the dangle.
Yeah, she's doing downward dog.
Uh-huh.
Well, we know that she believes in one thing, and now she's defending Venezuela. So, I mean,
I figured it was more of an upward snake
history
than a downward
repeats
dog.
itself.
Again, my biggest argument with the whole thing is
Yeah,
and I know this is their job. I know
Yes.
this and especially being on The View, this is what you want to do is you want to, here's the senator and we're going to turn around and we're going to stick it to him. That's all it was. And I
don't
got
want to
that.
know that.
But if anybody takes a moment and steps back, is here you have somebody who's a commentator who literally barely knows her own ass from a hole in the ground.
True.
And she's talking it up against the senator who is in on a lot of these meetings, who knows the actual ins and outs far better than any of us ever will.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And she's going to turn
Not
around
just that, but
what's that?
as much as I hate the career politicians, he's been in Congress for a while now.
Yeah.
For
He's
too
on,
long.
you
For
know,
too long.
different
Too long,
committees
absolutely.
and stuff like
Look,
that.
I'm sorry.
He knows classified information
Oh, yeah.
that
Yes, he
we
does.
don't know about what's going on there that intelligence
yes.
has gathered.
You are correct.
Yep.
But once again, he's been in
So-
Congress for too long.
Time to go home, Rand.
I'm sorry, Rand.
Go cut
when,
your grass.
When you say the phrase, I have to drop out so that I can still be a senator because my people need me,
That's
you have been there for too
wrong answer,
long.
bud.
No,
Time
that's okay. I can't win this race, but I've got my safety net to fall back on, so I can stay in
Yep.
up there in
Uh-huh.
D.C. and be somebody.
That is true. That is exactly
It's
what he
too
said.
much.
It is too much.
And that's one of those where I would absolutely love to see for say the next 3 elections in a row, every single representative and senator be a complete brand new freshman.
Mm-hmm. That would be really good,
That
except
would
the
be
fact
nice.
that nobody would ever do that.
You know how that happens is we have to get term limits.
Oh, yeah, that would be really good.
I'd love to see term limits.
Term
That-
limits would be amazing.
No, but
Oh,
even,
I gotta hear
even
one.
if they
Ooh.
even if they pass term limits, they're going to have some type of hiccup or limitation, so that some of the old school can stay there, so that they can make sure
Yeah.
that
Train the
people
new
that come
generation.
in
Yeah, yeah.
can be trained in the ways of how to work Congress and
Here's
how things run.
fun question, and this is
feel the force.
anybody wants to answer this. I don't care. You can do it on the social medias. James, you can answer it now.
Yeah.
Fun hypothetical. You can only
Hypotheticals.
pick one.
Pick one.
Would you rather have either?
That's a
Term-
good game, by the way.
I love
Would
this.
you rather? So
Would
good.
you rather either have term limits across the board for all politicians? That goes from local all the way up to the president, which
Uh-huh.
obviously the president already has.
Yeah,
but,
right,
I mean,
right.
across the board,
Mm-hmm. Sure.
term limits,
Yeah.
or
Or
a flat/fair tax. Now hear me out. Here's the other stipulation. Whichever one you pick will be done at there is
a
no
moment it'd be done.
But there's also no hiccups. There's no backtrack that where it could get bit in the butt later and
No,
it's
it's
not
just- it's clean.
It'll be clean and perfect the entire way.
You can only have one.
You can only pick one.
Oh.
Term limits or a fair flat tax, which would you pick?
Oh my gosh. I'm going to need some clarification on this fair flat tax.
No. We're
Because if
talking
I
about the
choose
clean. We're
that
talking about the real
option,
one. We're
which
talking about
I
the
would
real
really
one.
love.
Mm-hmm. And is
On
it,
the flip side, it's the politicians
No.
that set
No.
what the tax rates and stuff like
No,
that
and like I said,
are and what the spending is. So how do I pick the flat tax and then they don't vote and pass
Well, and
laws
that's what I'm saying.
to-
That's what I'm
to
saying. That's what I'm
modify
saying.
the
Listen.
definitions of it?
Listen, that's what
it
he's
doesn't
saying.
matter. It doesn't because I'm not as well as anybody who knows AI doesn't do math.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do the tax side of it for you. All I'm saying is there would be no hiccup, regardless of it would actually be the best thing ever to be done.
And what we're talking about the fair flat tax deal is we're talking about the same thing that Ted Cruz originally put out. You get a 3x5 card.
Yeah. How much did you make?
How much did you make? Here's the taxes that you owe. It's this percent.
Here's
Done.
the total. We
Here's the
expect
total.
our payment in a month.
We expect it in a month. Boom. Done.
Yeah,
Into
it's like
store.
that easy.
Can we get one caveat?
What's the caveat?
Maybe.
If there's a caveat, I will go with the fair flat tax thing.
Right.
Okay.
Without an absolute hiccup.
Okay.
Okay.
FICA is gone.
Well, FICA would have to be gone.
Yeah, it would have to be gone in order for it to work.
It's like FICA and the IRS
no,
would vanish.
instead of the government automatically drafting from your paycheck whatever your taxes are
Yeah.
supposed to be
Yeah.
by government figuring before you ever see your paycheck. No, every citizen of the United
That's what we're
States
talking about.
has to write a check
Yes.
No,
to the
that's
federal
what I'm talking about.
government
That's
for their
exactly what I'm
taxes.
talking about.
James, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You get the 3x5 card in the mail come April or come January the next year, January 1, and it says by April 21st you must have your percentage paid. How much did you make last year? And you get your form
Let's not do that yearly. Let's do that,
Quarterly.
quarterly.
weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, something more regular, so that
Oh, but that would
every
create too many.
American
That would
is sitting there
create
going,
no. That
I
would
have
create
to
too many
give
federal jobs.
Uncle Sam
That's true.
$100 this month.
That would create
I
too
have
many
to
federal
give them
jobs,
this
and that
much
would
money this
no,
month.
And
you're overcomplicating it.
And it would also cause
Overcomplicating.
too much open area for corruption. If you start doing it that often, then people have to be constantly trying to look, and it's too much. Do it once a year, and if
Cut it out.
If we have to have, because if
Look,
we have to pay for certain
You
stuff.
as an individual are going to be responsible for storing away a little bit of your money to make sure that when tax time comes around, you can pay your taxes.
Wait, what?
How dare you?
Be responsible.
I'm thinking, let me play devil's advocate here.
Right.
Once a year pops around,
Once
that's
again,
income tax. Nobody realizes, or
Yeah.
most of the population doesn't realize that, that income tax check you get back from the government,
that's
they
not.
think, ooh, yay, that's
Right.
like a savings account. I get,
Well, James,
I get a check
James,
from the government.
James,
No, that's
James,
everything
James.
you were overcharged by the government.
Yeah.
That's
James.
your money they took interest-free that they never should have had in the first place.
Right, James, I got to stop you, buddy. I got to stop you because you're overcomplicating and overthinking something that we've just made simply plain. You have a choice.
And it could be as
One-
easy as you want it to be.
One time a year,
Yeah.
you pay exactly the percentage of your income that the government asks, whatever it's like 10, 15, 20%. I think
whatever.
it's probably going to be 20%.
Okay, so
It was
20%.
20%.
Can we do it twice a year?
No.
Can we do it like bi-yearly?
No. One
No,
time a
I
year.
want this hammered into the idiots' heads so that when they
James,
go to vote,
I'm going to
that
put
they
you on mute,
remember
buddy.
that
You ready?
check
I'm
Hey,
going to
had
end the
to write
call.
to the government how much it's cost them. so that
James,
they-
I'm going to
they
end the
think about
call
who they're
because you're
voting for.
arguing about the
you wanna-
situation.
do you wanna hear
this
what-
is not an argument.
Do you wanna
This
hear-
is would you rather?
Would you rather?
Would you rather one
I'm
time
trying to negotiate.
No,
I'm
you
not
can't
trying to
negotiate. You can't negotiate this. This is would you rather have term limits clean. Clean term limits. Everybody gets 2 terms and then they're out. No questions asked. Or would you rather one time a year actually paying one time, one flat tax at from the beginning of the year?
And if you negotiate again, a reincarnation of Woodrow Wilson will forever haunt you and the rest of the Congress forever and ever and ever.
And nothing will ever get done again, and you'll have to pay twice as much. Which would you rather? Do you want clean terms, or do you want a clean, flat, fair tax?
Do you want to hear what Leprechaun on
Give me a
Twitter
clean,
did?
flat, fair tax, because that in itself will help solve the term limit problem. Because if I go for the stupid term limit, it's going to turn into a freaking dynasty where it's going to be senior, and then senior,
You know
when
what's
his term
funny?
limit is up, junior takes over because everybody recognizes the last name.
Well,
and
they're
then,
doing that now anyway.
You know,
Yeah, that's
blah,
all
blah,
they
blah,
always
blah.
do.
The third will take over after junior's term is done, and
Yes.
and it'll be that crap. Or,
It's actually funny because Leprechaun over on Twitter turned around. It's completely opposite. If you turn around and do term limits, then that way, eventually, by the
By
rule of
doing that, they
odds,
could stop it.
the rule of odds, you'll eventually get a group in there that will vote in the new tax rate and the
well,
flat tax
I'm
or
sorry, I
fair tax.
disagree with Leprechaun on this one because look at the Kennedy family and the Bush dynasty, and
Did you hear that?
Political families, they keep just handing it off to their kids. That
Did you hear
doesn't
the,
work, so even term limits won't stop that.
Yeah. Did you hear the
Voters
rumor that I think I've heard this. Actually, now I'm about to say it. I think I've heard this already a long while ago. But Chelsea Clinton's actually making a viable run for Congress.
No, she's not.
That's what I've read a.
I read an article about that like a year ago.
No. I saw one like the other day.
No, that's not good.
It's like, oh, good.
James,
That's
is
what we need.
there other than
Isn't Chelsea still pregnant, or did she finally deliver?
dear God,
I mean,
no. She's.
I don't know, dude. She's probably constantly pregnant.
No, she's not, because she is a white feminist woman. She's powerful and strong.
It was like the last picture I saw of her was her pregnant or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Oh my
Yeah, but this
gosh,
is
I
why
don't
you have
know
to do
what it
wellness
took
checks
to have
with us.
that done. I mean, I guess some guys are really desperate.
Yep. Anything else you wanna point out real quickly, James?
Ross earlier,
Mm-hmm. Roz, yeah.
dude, she was right. CPS is just
Garbage?
freaking horrible. I've had issues with them myself, and apparently the Bill of Rights does not apply to a social worker when they show up at your front door.
What is this
I'll
Bill of
politely
Rights?
phrase it like that.
You-
because I'm
wait,
still
wait,
going
wait.
through stuff.
You have no rights in the
We
government.
have rights. There's a
rights?
bill with rights. What?
Anyway. All right,
James,
James.
have a great weekend,
No
brother.
warrant is needed. They're they can question children without the parents present in the room or legal representation representing the parents or the family.
Yep.
And whatever they say is immutable, and you can't argue.
Mm-hmm.
Good
That's true.
stuff. Well, now that
So
you've brightened
the
my
child worker
weekend,
can come out of that room and say the kid said whatever they decide the kid said, whether or not the kid said it, and it's might as well be something the Pope decreed from the chair.
Well, that's why we always have to make sure that we have a lawyer present whenever CPS comes over. All right, thanks, James.
No, because
Thank you, buddy.
No, a lawyer cannot be in the room with the CPS questioning a child during the CPS investigation.
That is also against the law. Anyway, I
Gotta
know.
love
No,
it.
it's not.
I know, and I know that it seems like it isn't, and they say that it isn't, but it actually is against the law. You have to always have at least adult representation. It doesn't have to be the adult or the parent in the household, but they should always have at least some sort of
Something.
legal representation so that nothing gets misconstrued during those processes. If they don't, and if they have
Well-
laws against that, then they themselves are already against the rules. James, it's been 15 minutes. I've got to get you off the phone,
yeah,
buddy.
we gotta get a
Okay.
hard break in.
All right,
See you,
have
man.
fun.
Later.
Have a great weekend. Yep.
Speaking of getting breaks in, Cat Coolers is amazing.
I've learned that they're rugged.
They are rugged. You can barely break them.
I don't know. I'm gonna take that bet one day.
I know you are.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah, they keep your ice cold for up to 7 days, but they keep themselves cold for over 2 months, we hear.
What if we got a cat cooler and filled it up with fireworks for the 4th of July and shut
And
them
just
off?
in the cat cooler?
Yeah.
Taped it?
Yeah.
Or just set them off and like...
Let's start. We
How are we going to light the fuse?
we'd light it and close the lid.
But how are we going to keep it closed?
Turn it over on its top. I don't know.
This is getting more complicated
I'll
as it
figure
goes.
this out as it goes.
Look,
I'm just saying.
look, these guys are made in the USA. They're fully customizable. They come in many colors. And they're also rugged.
I've heard that they're rugged too.
They are rugged.
But wait, there's more.
Because of their ruggedness, you can go to catcoolers.com today. Catcoolers.com. Use a promo code Steven, Steven, and you can get a 10% off discount on your purchase, as well as knowing for the life of that product, not your life, but the life of that product, if you kill it or break it or destroy it, they will replace it.
Yay!
That's right. Check them out today, catcoolers.com. Catcoolers.com, promo code is Steven, Steven, get you 10% off.
That's true.
It's true.
And this is what I should have said to James. You stop it. You're a white male.
That's a little harsh.
Well, this came from a trustee who shot down colleagues for weighing in on a town's equity, diversity, and inclusive statement policy.
I'm really getting tired of this. The best part is this individual was a white female.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
trustee even lambasted the mayor. Oh, the trustee, yeah. So white female even lambasted a Palestinian immigrant who's the mayor.
See, it
for being a white
male.
male.
There comes a point where you just become such a douche that you just ruin everything for everyone, including yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's some moments where you should just sit down and shut up. Stop being such a jerk.
Yes.
You know, and of course it's in Illinois too.
Yeah. Village of Oak Park in Illinois. Why do you have a name like the Village of Oak Park?
Because it's supposed to sound classy and upscale and
sure, but you have people
modern.
yelling at each other, calling each other white males, and getting all
but
unhinged.
technically the guy wasn't white, but how dare she assume his gender
and color,
right?
Rachel
Dolezal. Yeah, she should have been able to hit whoever she was speaking to.
Yeah,
should have said something.
Right.
Should have called this lady or person out. You know, that's what should have happened, but he didn't.
Right.
This person didn't, and has
Mm-hmm.
more character and class than I do, apparently.
James sent us a text. How dare I assume how he identifies?
I know.
See, that's exactly what we're talking about.
See?
How dare you?
Exactly.
How dare you?
Trustee Susan Buchanan. If you can't find a whiter name than that.
I know. I was going to say, that just sounds
We know
like...
a man with the last name Buchanan, and he is amazing, and he is a wonderful person. No way associated with Susan.
No, I hope not.
I really hope not. If so, then it's very distant relatives.
The kind he doesn't go and visit and talk to anymore.
That's correct. Susan Buchanan came unglued after another trustee, Dan Moroni. It is Moroni.
Yeah, it's Moroni. Like
Maroon. What a maroon.
No, it's like the crime lords. The
Yeah.
Moroni.
The Moroni.
The Moroni family.
Suggested defining what it means to, quote, break down systems of oppression as part of the language in the proposed new version of Oak Park's diversity statement.
Why do you need a diversity statement? How about just say, welcome?
See, Moroni used the example that the local police department had recently been accused of some of the community, by some in the community, of being, quote, a system of oppression.
Oh, my God.
And he would therefore, quote, hesitate to send the message that our police department, that they are a system of oppression.
I'm going to sit here and I don't know. Obviously, there are some bad cops out there.
Yes.
There are some douchebag people. And I'm telling you now that the skin color of said douchebag cops vary.
Yes.
But the one thing they share is they're all douches.
Douche.
Sad part about it
Big.
is it taints the color of the rest of the group.
It taints.
Okay? Police are not a system of oppression. Period.
Virginia Jackal. Oak Park. Lols. North Burbs, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
It's like Peoria stuff there, man. That's good
The
stuff.
Degens from up north.
Degens from up north.
That's what this is. Well, you know what? Buchanan had heard enough, all right?
Oh, good.
She had heard enough.
She put her foot down?
She put her foot down.
By God.
Straight into her own face. She said...
She stood up and said,
Do you want to get striked?
No, she stood up and said, I am so tired of hearing two white men tell us what systems of oppression are.
Hard no.
You have been white from birth. Why are you arguing what a
does she
system
know?
a system of oppression is?
hold on. How does she know?
You've never experienced it. So shut up. I don't want to hear from you. Just stop, Dan. Just stop, Dino. You are not oppressed people, and people in Oak Park are. And we are trying to recognize that as a community.
How does she know? Has she not ever seen Michael Jackson? Just saying. Oh my goodness. All right. We got bells to
We
play.
do have bells. We were kind of bell deficient tonight.
We
for
were a
Friday.
little bit.
That's okay. We have a bell count for you. Let's check on that.
Fun.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day. Friday, October 11th. Today we had 18 missed innuendo bells, 98 actual bells, 6 horns, 5 oh my gosh, 4 rim shots, and 17 white. Hope
We
it's a
need
great
that.
night, y'all. Peace out and have a safe weekend.
We do need that
Thank
sounder.
you, Lep, so much. We appreciate it, man.
Another great week that we had going on. Remember,
DOAE Show.
DOAEshow.com.
Mojo50.com. Guys, we will see y'all Monday, 9 p.m.
Yes, and if
Have
you
a
want to
great
listen to us, podcast, Spreakers, all the rest of it.
Later. Bye.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good,
It
though.
could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo! Boo!